Okay, come find a seat, a comfortable seat. Just begin to sit well. Take a few deep breaths. Just settle into your body, settle into the space. And slowly drop your chin to your chest and begin to take some easy rolls with your head. And just gently waking up the spine. And then take the circles in the other direction. And as we move through practice today, just think about how to be a little kinder to yourself and to your body, and to give yourself the space to take any modifications or adjustments that you need. One of my favorite yoga instructors once said that unlike dancers who force their bodies into poses, yogis modify the poses to fit their bodies. So just think about that as you move through practice today to really make the pose work for you. And let's just go ahead and open up our feet so that they're match width distance, so kind of wide, and start knocking your knees from side to side. Just jumping right in, waking up the hips, the low back. And the next time your knees drop to the right, go ahead and take a twist towards the back of the room. Our left hand is coming in front of the right knee and thigh. Each inhale, we grow tall through the crown of the head. And every exhale, maybe we twist a little bit deeper. And inhale back through center. Take a few more windshield wipers. And then allow the knees to drop over to the left. And go ahead, twist to the other side. This time our right hand is in front of the left knee and thigh. Inhaling for space. And exhale, gently rotate your ribs around your spine. And inhale back through center. Cup your knees with your hands. Inhale, think about arching your spine really broad in the chest. Think about being in a cow pose. And then exhale, roll to the back of your tailbone, round the spine, thinking of creating the cat shape with your back. Inhale, pull your way through, open up the heart, draw your shoulders towards one another. And exhale, round the spine. One more time. Inhale, opening up, arching that back. And exhale, rounding, turning towards your navel. Come back to a neutral spine. Excuse me. Bring your knees together and have your feet planted firmly on the earth. Lean back a little bit as if we're preparing for boat pose, but we're going to leave our feet on the mat. So you want a nice flat spine, growing tall through the crown of the head, leaning back to that perfect angle. The farther back we go, the harder it's going to be. Release your hands so that they're alongside your legs. Feel the belly engage. Core is pulling in and up. And then inhale, open up your knees. Exhale, close them. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We'll move through for a couple more breaths, like firing up the core here, while we also sneakily work those inner and outer leg muscles, the adductors and abductors. Doing this awesome clam shape. And if you want it to be more challenging, you can bring your hands behind your head. It's just like, I don't understand why it's so much more challenging, but just the shifting of the added weight to your head, whew, it's a burner. All right, let's do 3, 2, And one. Cross at the ankles, roll on over your knees, come into a tabletop position. Take a few more cat-cows. Inhale to arch the spine. Exhale to round, really press the mat away. Inhale, dropping the belly, opening up the heart. And exhale, round the spine. Maybe you notice how you have larger range of motion when you're in the tabletop position, moving through cat-cow, than you did when we were seated with our knees bent. And come find a neutral spine. Inhale the right leg long behind you, tuck the toes, ball of the foot is on the earth. And just gently rock forward and back, opening up the calf, giving it a little bit of love. And find stillness. Kick the left foot out about 45 degrees to form a kickstand. Spin the right heel all the way down. And inhale, lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. We're in a supported side plank here. And on your next inhale, reach the right arm long overhead. Turning this into a nice side stretch along the entire right side body. Maybe bring your attention to the outer edge of your right foot. Can you anchor down into that outer edge any further and deepen the stretch any bit? And then inhale, make your way back to a tabletop position. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, angry cat. Find neutral. Inhale, extend the left leg long, tuck the toes, ball of the foot is on the earth. Gently begin to rock forward and back, opening up the calf. Let it feel good for you. And find stillness. Kick the right foot out about 45 degrees. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, peel the left arm up towards the ceiling, coming into the supported side plank. And then inhale, extend the left arm alongside the ear, reaching long through the entire left side body. And mindful of the right shoulder. You don't want to be dumping into your shoulder so that your shoulder is like stuck in your neck or your ear. Really press into the right hand and plug the right shoulder in towards the spine. Take another full breath here. And then gently make your way back to a tabletop position. We'll move through some chaturanga prep push-ups. As a quick reminder, you can take a look before we move through, is we're gonna exhale to bend the arms, bend the elbows straight back, our upper arms hug our sides as we tip forward as if we're looking over the edge of a mountain. You can lower any amount, but think about bringing your chin towards the earth. And then you inhale back up to your tabletop position. And so all together now, exhale, tip forward any amount. Inhale, tabletop. And then exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tipping forward. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, seat to heels, child's pose. We'll do one more. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tipping forward. Inhale, up. And exhale, seat to heels, child's pose. Settle in here. I like to tent up onto my fingertips, really engage my arms and crawl them as far forward as I can. I get a really nice stretch in my armpits here. And gently let that go. Inhale back up to a tabletop position. And then tuck the toes, lift your knees just about an inch or two off the mat. Just coming to a little hover here, really engaging the core, belly's fired up. And make sure you have a nice flat back. So if you had a drink or your lunch balancing on your low back, it would still be there. You would not be spilling on yourself. And then leaving the knees lifted if you can. Step one foot back and then the other foot back, coming into your high plank. And from here, or from knees, lower all the way down to your stomach. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart, coming into baby cobra. And exhale, lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, peeling the heart up, drawing your shoulders towards one another, really pressing into the tops of your feet if you can. And then exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, lower down. Bend your knees, bring your seat to your heels, coming into a child's pose once more. And as you know, child's pose is always available to you. Whenever you need it, feel free to take it. You do not need to wait for me to call it out. And tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. And now this is likely your first down dog of the day, so take your time with movement, pedaling out the feet, swiveling your hips, nodding your head yes, and shaking it out no. Just whatever movements that your body's asking for to really find that comfort, find the pose in a way that works for you. And slowly begin to walk your feet to meet your hands. We'll meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Feet will be about hips width distance, which is about 2 fists between the feet. Nice, generous bend in the knees. Make sure you can make the connection with your low belly and your upper thighs. Maybe your hands grab opposite elbows. Maybe you sway it out a little bit from side to side. Shake the head, yes and no. I, for one, carry a lot of tension in my shoulders and my neck. So just hanging like this, I feel it in my shoulders, in my neck, in my upper back. I feel myself fighting. It's like my muscles don't want to relax. They don't want to release any of the tension. So it's try to shake it out. And gently release the clasp of your hands and slowly roll your way up to stand, stacking one vertebra at a time. Meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose. Find your pose, roll your shoulders down the back and towards one another. Inhale, sweep the arms up, high prayer. And exhale, forward fold over the legs. Let me move it down. Okay. Inhale, hands to shins, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up, high prayer. And exhale, pull it in through heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Inhale, the left foot back, high plank. And exhale, lower all the way down to your stomach. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. Shoulders drawing towards one another and down the back. And exhale, make your way to your downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. Inhale, right leg lifts, down dog split. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. And of course, if you need to help it along, take as many steps as you need. Inhale, the left foot will meet the right. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, arms sweep up, high prayer. And exhale, dive right back down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot back. Inhale, the right foot meets the left. Exhale, lower all the way down to your stomach. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. This is Bhujangasana. And exhale, make your way to a downward facing dog. Take a full breath. Can you press any further into your fingertips? Opening up the armpits and the shoulders. Inhale, the left leg high, down dog split. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, the right foot meets the left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, high prayer. And exhale, pull it in through heart center, Tadasana. Adding on. Inhale, arms sweep up, high prayer. And exhale, forward fold over the legs. This is called Uttanasana. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hand, step the right foot back. Inhale, the left foot meets the right, high plank. And exhale, lower all the way down to your stomach. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. And exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath. Inhale, the right leg high, down dog split. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Inhale, re-straighten that leg. And exhale, step the foot between the hands. Left hand presses. Inhale, right arm reaches up, coming into a twist. Mindful of your left hip. Try to keep the buoyancy in your hips. Don't let it just sag as we twist here. And then exhale, the right hand comes back to the mat. Step the right foot to meet the left, high plank. And exhale, lower all the way down to your stomach. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. And exhale, make your way to a downward facing dog. And take a full breath here. Inhale, left leg lifts, down dog split. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Inhale, re-extend that leg. And exhale, step the foot between the hands. Right hand presses this time. Inhale, the left arm up, coming into the twist. Again, bring your attention to your right hip. Keep that buoyancy. Left hand refines the mat. Left foot steps back, high plank. And exhale, lower all the way down to your stomach. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. And exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Full breath here. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, look forward. Exhale, hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. We're in a forward fold with our exhale. Inhale, come to a flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up, high prayer. And exhale, pull it in through heart center, allowing the eyes to close for a moment, the mind to settle. If you need some water, you can grab it. So as we continue to move through practice, I'll be calling out a traditional vinyasa of lowering halfway down through chaturanga, coming in through an upward facing dog on our way to a down dog. If you rather lower all the way down, do a baby cobra, sweep it all together, meet us in a down dog, whatever works for you. Again, think about how do you make the poses fit your body in this moment today. All right, make sure your feet are about hips width distance. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. If you have a block handy, place it about a foot in front of your feet, but in the middle. So we're gonna start with the left side. So the left hand is gonna plant on the block. Left knee will bend. And then we'll inhale the right arm up, coming into a twisted forward fold. And if you don't have a block, you can come up onto your fingertips. And think about lengthening your spine through the crown of the head. So really reaching your torso towards the front of the room to create the space. And then maybe you can twist a little bit deeper. And exhale, come back through center. The right hand will replace the left. Bend the right knee this time. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Coming into a twist on the other side. You should feel this not only in the left hamstring, but a little bit on the left outer hip. And I don't know, is that your IT band? I'm still thinking about lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe you gently twist a little bit deeper. And then exhale back through center, just folding forward over the legs. Inhale, sink the hips, lift the chest, chair pose. Every inhale, your hands can come to heart center. Sometimes it's a little easier, less things to worry about. But if your hands are in prayer at heart center, really press your thumbs into your sternum to lift the chest. And then as you exhale, maybe you can sink the hips a little bit deeper. Really nice. And then inhale, stand all the way up to Tadasana. Begin to shift your weight into your right leg. I'll face you here for a moment. We're gonna come into tree pose. So if your balance is not working with you today and you're working on it, you can always leave your left toes resting on the mat and have that foot resting on your right ankle. Otherwise, you can bring the left foot onto your shin or your calf or up on your inner thigh. We just definitely don't want it in the knee. We don't need to add any pressure to the knee unnecessarily. And so once you're there, your hands can come to prayer at heart center. Find a focal point. I am a terrible focal point. I'm a human. I move, I breathe. So if you look at me, you will likely fall. Breathe here, really feeling all the corners of your feet gripping the mat. Maybe you extend your arms open in a V towards the ceiling, allowing the branches of your tree to grow. And then begin to draw the right knee towards the front, releasing the foot from your, what leg is that? Your right leg. So the left knee is facing forward, and we'll tip forward, coming into a high lunge. And taking your time, settling into your pose, maybe widening the stance if you need a little bit more stability. And just take a peek, make sure your right knee is directly over your right ankle. And you're shooting a long, strong line of energy through the back left heel. Right hand comes to the right thigh, left arm reaches up and over, taking a side bend. Breathing here, opening up space in the left body. Inhale, back up. Straighten the right leg and begin to fold forward over the right leg. Your hands, of course, can come to blocks. Coming into this pyramid variation with our left heel lifted. If it feels better for you, you can bend the left knee. You can shorten the stance. You're always welcome to have a little bit of a bend in the front knee. Really just explore these different options and variations to find the one that works best for you. And wherever you are, try to release something once you find the version of this pose that serves you best. Release your head. Can you relax your jaw? And rebend the right knee. We're going to step the left foot to meet the right in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, sink the hips back, lift the chest, come back into your chair pose. And again, if you prefer to have your hands at prayer at heart center, I especially like it as a reminder to lift my chest up even higher. Then I can start to sink my hips a little bit lower. Whew, it's hard, guys. You've got it. You're doing great. And then inhale, stand your way all the way up. Coming into Tadasana. Then we will begin to shift the weight into our left leg. The right foot comes up either to our ankle, our calf, or our inner thigh. Hands will come to prayer at heart center. Find your focal point. And if the balance is really not happening for you today and you're near a wall or a couch or a chair, you can always use that for support. And maybe your arms reach up towards the ceiling in a V. Taking up space, having a nice proud chest. Beautiful, everyone. And then begin to release the foot from your leg. Turn the knee towards the front. And then tip forward, sending the right foot back, coming into your high lunge on the other side. Left hand comes to left thigh. Inhale, the right arm reaches over to the left, taking a side bend. Inhale, back up through center. Straighten the left leg. And exhale, fold forward over that left leg, whatever amount is good for you. Maybe you grab your blocks. Maybe you use a chair for support. Maybe we're bending the right knee. Maybe we have a slight bend in the left. Really make this pose work for you. What can you change to get a more targeted, less torturous stretch in your left hamstring? Can you unfurrow your brow? One more full breath. And then begin to bend the left knee and step the right foot to meet the left in a forward fold. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step it back, high plank. An option to cycle through a vinyasa here or meet in a downward facing dog. For those taking the vinyasa, we'll exhale to lower halfway down through chaturanga. Inhale, come to an upward facing dog. And exhale, your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high, down dog split. And bend the knee and open up the hip. Take some circles with the knee. Explore the range of motion in your right hip. And then take the circles in the opposite direction. And inhale, re-extend the right leg long. And exhale, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, we'll come up to a high lunge. Breathe here as you settle in. And begin to reach the right arm back in space as the left arm reaches forward, coming into a twist. Maybe you tip this back. The right hand comes towards the left leg for a twisted side bend. And then windmill your arms all the way up and around. Spin the back heel down, opening up, warrior two. This should feel kind of nice. We've been working with closed hips so far in class. It's nice to open them back up. Inhale, flip the front palm, tip it back, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the front foot. Step the right foot to meet the left, high plank. And exhale, lower half or all the way down. Inhale for upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high, down dog split. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Take some big circles with the knee. And then circle it out in the other direction. And inhale, re-extend the left leg long behind you. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. On an inhale, press your way up with your legs, not your arms, to a high lunge. And settle into your high lunge. If you have tight shoulders, a lot of times, when you raise your arms, especially men, your shoulders are in your ear. So just take a wider V shape with your arms, or even cactus them, whatever feels good in your body. Then the right arm reaches forward as the left arm swims back, coming into the twist in the opposite direction. And then maybe tip this whole shape up and back. Left hand maybe grazes the right leg. And then continue and windmill the arms all the way open. Spin the back heel down. Come into warrior two. I'm always pleasantly surprised when I come into a warrior two after like a twisted high lunge like that. Warrior two is not an easy pose, but for that split moment coming into that transition, it feels like the best break ever. Inhale, flip the front palm, tip it back, peaceful warrior. Then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Step the left foot to meet the right. Then exhale, lower half or all the way down. Inhale for upward facing or baby cobra. And exhale, lift your hips up and back, Downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. Inhale the right leg high, down dog split. And exhale, bring your right knee to the mat just behind your right wrist. The right ankle will tap down just under the left hip. We're setting up for pigeon. So again, if you have sensitive knees or pigeon is just not for you, sit tight and I'll demo how to do this on your back. For everyone else, untuck the back toes, square off your hips, allow any props, blanket, pillow, block where needed, and then fold on down over the right leg. And if you're opting to take this on your back, lie on your back, cross your right ankle over the left knee, thread your hand behind the left thigh, flex both feet, and draw the figure 4 shape in towards your chest. Trying to keep your entire spine glued to the earth while you do so. And you can use your right elbow to press into the right knee to deepen the stretch if that feels nice. And if you're in pigeon, slowly begin to crawl up onto your hands, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step your way back to a downward facing dog. Option to cycle through a vinyasa if that feels nice for you to reset. And if you're on your back, gently release the right leg. Allow both feet to rest on the earth. From downward facing dog, inhale the left leg high, down dog split. And exhale, bring the left knee behind the left wrist. The left ankle taps down right underneath the right hip. Untuck the back toes. Find the buoyancy and the evenness in your hips. And then gently fold whatever amount over that front leg. And if you're on your back, cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Thread your hands behind the right thigh. And then draw this whole shape in towards your chest. Again, really gluing your entire back on the mat. That includes your tailbone and your low spine. So if you're pulling it in and your butt is lifting, just back off a little bit. And wherever you are, slowly deepen your breath. Come back into your body. If you're in pigeon, slowly crawl your way up onto your hands. And this time, just sink your weight into your left hip and swing your right leg around. If you're on your back, just plant both feet on the earth and make your way up to sit. So extend both legs long in front of you. Maybe shake them out a bit. And let's see, we don't have much time left. Since we've done a lot of forward folding, I want to open up our front hip flexors just a little bit. So I'll give 2 options. The first is just a reverse tabletop. So bend your knees, have your feet still about hips width distant, or not hips width, hips width. That's right. That's exactly what I mean. Fingers are underneath your shoulders, facing forward. Inhale, press into your hands, lift your hips, coming into this reverse tabletop. You can keep your chin tucked, or if it feels nice, you can drop the head back. And then exhale, lower your hips back down onto the mat. We'll do that one more time. Another variation is to extend the legs long in front of you. Inhale, lift the hips and try to press your feet fully onto the earth. But again, reverse tabletop is a beautiful option as well. Really squeeze the glutes And exhale, gently lower all the way back onto the mat. Extend your legs long. And actually bring the soles of the feet together. Let's come into Tarasana. So we're creating this diamond shape with the legs. 2 full palm prints from your pubic bone to your heels. So they're not too close, not too far. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, just round on over, folding over the legs. If you have a block, you can always rest your head on the block. And breathing into your hips and the low back. Allowing the mind to settle, the body to settle. Inhale, slowly roll your way back up. Close your knees like a book. Grab behind your thighs. We'll slowly roll onto our backs. Take your knees with you. Give them a squeeze. If you need to take any other movements or poses before Shavasana, please do so now. Otherwise, extend your legs long. Take up space. Release your arms onto the mat. Come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. And just letting all effort release. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back into the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, rolling your ankles and your wrists. Inhale to reach your arms long overhead. Take a nice deep morning stretch all the way from your fingers to your toes. And bend your knees. Draw the soles of the feet to the earth. And gently roll over onto one side. Using your arm as a pillow. Pausing here. Just letting it all sink in. And as you're ready, leaving the eyes heavy, to press your way up to a comfortable seat. Hands will come to prayer at heart center. We slightly bow our heads in gratitude for practice and for each other. Thank you all for being here this afternoon to practice with me. And to close out the month of June, it's crazy how time is flying. Prayer rises to the third eye. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thanks again, guys. And if you have questions or requests for next time, you know how to find me.